I really had just a delightful afternoon when I found out that Donald Trump and Ted Cruz were beating each other over the heads with the bodies of their wives. Huh? Is this funny? Is this a total obscenity? This is an American political campaign season, and these two fascists, one a Christian fascist, the other one just a plain old fascist, and now they're dragging their wives out and beating each other with their wives. Defending their wives' honor. What happened? Well, I'm sure you heard the story. Somebody who supports Cruz put out an ad featuring Trump's wife in the nude when she'd posed for GQ or some skin magazine. And the copy with the ad said, "Meet Melanie Trump. Your next..." What?
It's malaria.
Malaria. Meet Malaria Trump, your next first lady. Or you could support Ted Cruz on Tuesday. Now, Trump obviously said Cruz was behind the ad, which appeared by sheer coincidence Tuesday morning, the day of nominating contests in Utah, where the Mormon electorate favored Cruz in its caucuses anyway, and Arizona, which Trump won. The ad said it was from a super PAC named Make America Awesome. My God. So then Trump, using his favorite means of communication with the world, tweets. He tweeted, "Wow, Ted Cruz, that is some low-level ad you did using a picture of malaria in a GQ shoot. Be careful, or I will spill the beans on your wife." And then later Trump tweeted again that something said, "Lion Ted Cruz just used a picture of Melania from a GQ shoot in his ad. Be careful, Lion Ted, or I will spill the beans on your wife." Now, nobody seems to know what the beans are that would be spilled. Are you kidding me? Kathy knows. I know. I don't know why this has been published. Cruz's wife has some real psychological issues. And worse than that, she's an executive with Goldman Sachs. But what's the story, Kathy? You tell it.
Well, there's only two that I could find digging around, and any idiot can find this on Google. I mean, I don't have magic powers. I used my special magic typing finger, I guess, and just Googled her name and did a little digging. But, there's the controversy that I think has been fairly well publicized about her funding Ted's Senate campaign illegally, or at least improperly, through Goldman Sachs. And through her job at Goldman Sachs, I should say. But then also, apparently about 10 years ago, she was found sitting in the side of a road in her car, incoherent, with a gun. And police took her into custody after lots of passersby called and said there was something strange going on with his car. And they said that they felt she was a danger to herself. And then apparently following that, she entered some kind of treatment for depression. Mm-hmm. So, she was possibly, if you read the lines right, suicidally depressed a decade ago. That's probably about the time she married this freak. I have no idea. I mean, that would have made me suicidal. So, otherwise, a fairly normal, rational-looking person,
Now, let us be very clear here. We are not dumping on this poor woman because she had depression, or depression to the extent that she was considering suicide. No, we're not dumping on her. I grew up with a parent, my old man, who wrote the book on depression. Sometimes he wouldn't get out of bed for a week. He was so screwed up. So I know about depression. So we're not criticizing Mrs. Cruz because she considered offing herself. But that's the beans, I guess, that Donald Trump is threatening to spill. Well, I mean, just like Kathy said, if you want to know what the beans are, just do a Google search and you'll find out real quick. Cruz also tweeted, "Pic of your wife, not from us. Donald, if you try to attack Heidi, you're more of a coward than I thought. Hashtag classless." This is the Republican Party, folks. This is the party of God, guns, guts, and glory, right? This is a Republican Party. Listen to these half-asses. Look at what's going on. Meantime, whether we like Hillary Clinton or not, she knows how to talk in coherent sentences and paragraphs. And when she and Bernie Sanders have a debate, it's loaded with bullshit on Hillary's part. But like I said, it's all about the issues. Can you imagine Bernie Sanders saying, "Hey, what did your husband do with Monica? Huh? I mean, can you? No, you can't imagine it. But these are Republicans. Do you remember when the Supreme Court gave the presidency to George W. Bush? Kathy and I were in New York, or in Washington, D.C. then. I was speaking at some ragtag rally. Remember that in what's the place in Washington? A lot of gay folk live in that neighborhood. What's that neighborhood?
We were in Detroit.
No. For the inauguration, not the election, the inauguration. And a bunch of us radicals were speaking from a stage there. And they were getting ready for the ball, the inaugural ball, and we had a big demonstration as the limousines pulled up, and all these filthy, stinking, rotten Republicans got out for their ball. But I remember hearing somebody, I think it was, what's his name, Cheney's psycho wife, saying, "Well, now the adults are in charge." Do you remember that? That was after Clinton. Now the adults are in charge. And what was the first thing that the Cheney-Bush cabal did? Bankrupt the entire goddamn country and get us into two endless wars. The adults? And now we have a Republican Party whose top two vote getters are arguing about the top vote getters, pictures of his naked wife, and the other one is alluding to the fact that the other one's wife may have had close to a psychotic break with reality. This is what the Republican Party has become.